What's up, everyone? Rant time. So what I wanted to get on the subject of was when there's beginners in the ring and a ref's position, a ref's way of dealing with fighters, especially in this case juniors. Was brought to my attention on the weekend. One of my juniors fought and she copped a groin shot and was given the break time and stuff. But then the refs, she was clearly in agony. She wore a pretty solid knee to the groin in like clinch sort of situation. And she was clearly in agony, and then the ref sort of turned around all excited and was like, "You ready to go?" And she was like, "Yeah." Like, I think in that sort of situation, especially with beginners, especially with junior beginners, it should be up to the ref to sort of explain, say, look, you've got this amount of time. If you need break, do it. Otherwise, if you're ready to go, we'll go. Instead of, calling time, then just letting her do her thing, letting her stand there and rest or whatever, and then all of a sudden, gives the other girl a warning. The turns like, "Oh, you ready to go?" Of course, under excitement, the girl's under adrenaline. She doesn't really know, how it all works. There's only so much as a beginner fighter we can explain to them as far as how the rules go, how all these sort of situations work. Unfortunately, groin shots are a thing, and even with a groin guard on, they still hurt. Whether it be a boy or a girl, they hurt. They're a very painful situation. But I think it's up to a ref to sort of take them under their wing a little bit and say, like, okay, you've actually got 5 minutes rest time. Take the time you need. Don't continue unless you're ready. And then at the end of the 5 minutes, then they have to ask the question whether they continue or not. But until then, it's all right. How are you feeling? Are you ready to go on yet? Oh, no, I'm still shit. Okay, cool. Let them have the rest. But you can't sort of be a ref. Are you ready to go? Yeah, you ready? And then, and goes out there. Then the same girl fell on the ground, somehow was trying to do like a leg lock while she's laying on the ground like it was MMA or something, and kicked both her feet up in the air off the ground. Clearly an illegal shot. And everyone knows I make no excuses for my guys. Maybe my fighter could have continued on and it wouldn't have, she could have won or she could have lost, she could have continued fighting or whatever. But by this time, a young girl, big situation, big interstate fight, her, she'd lost the heart, lost the heart for her. And I don't blame her when the second very illegal move wasn't even called up for, These young kids are the future of our sport. They're the ones that should be taught to do it, explained to do it. Let the ref baby them a little bit, even, that would have been a fine situation if the ref had gone, given the girl another warning. Actually, after the first groin shot, she probably could have been given a point deducted or something. Then you never know, it might turn the tail a little bit and make the girl who's copped it. And my girl was getting, it was very early on in the fight, but my girl was getting sort of overwhelmed with it, and she wasn't looking the favourite. That's okay. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with losing. Everyone knows that. I think this year so far we've had like 6 wins and 9 losses or something, and whatever. I don't actually give a fuck. But when there's a junior in there and they're the future of our sport, they should be getting looked after a little bit better. And then after this double kick up off the ground while she's laying flat on her back, straight into my fighter's groin again. My fighter went down, and then she got back up on her feet, and the ref just let him fight. It was a bit, it was a bit sad actually. And I understand it's a stressful position being in there, being a ref, doing stuff that most people don't want to do, and copping all the flack for it. But I do just think it's really important that even as cornermen, I wasn't there at the time, and maybe it's something for me to take away from it for next time if something happens like that, where I tell my fighter, all right, you know, you've got 5 minutes. We need. This is something I never even thought I'd have to tell my fighter. I just thought that's the ref's job as such. Like if they do cop a groin shot, the ref can then go, okay, you've got 5 minutes, whatever, you know. But now I realise for myself, it's my mistake. Obviously, I should have told my guys that. I should have taught them. But now I will. I'll be teaching them that if they cop a groin shot and they need longer, then take longer. If they're getting if they're getting the break for after the groin shot, and they're not ready to go on, don't go on. But when you are ready to go, get back in there and fight. Don't go in there lackluster, like you don't really want to be there, because you know that situation's past. You've then got to move on from it. So yeah, I don't want to be pointing the finger at particular people, because I think it could be a general thing across the board. But we've got to remember the kids are kids, and to treat them like it. And when it comes time for them, you know, they get some experience, then it's a little bit different. If she's had 10 fights and she's experienced a few little things, she's more aware in there and not going to be pressured into continuing the fight. The ref wasn't purposely going like, come on, fight. It was like, he was excited sort of thing, like to get the fight underway, and he sort of said, are you ready to go? And she just answered yes, because that's what a fighter would do, just say yes. You're not going to go, nah, because then it makes, you know, in the scheme of things, it makes you look shit. But the ref should come up and go, oh, are you okay? Say it quietly to them. Don't yell out halfway across the ring and expect an answer. Maybe just go up to them and say, all right, here, how you feeling? Are you feeling any better yet? Are you ready to go on? And then the fighter has a chance to personally say, no, I'm not ready yet, or I am. But yeah, I don't want to bitch and whinge about it too much, but I just think it's really important that we do start looking after these younger fighters, and that kind of situation where, you know, who knows, my girl might not have that loss on her record now. It was her second fight in a week actually, and she might not have that loss on her record because the other girl may have had a point taken off, which she clearly should have in that situation, but that's another kettle of fish, whatever the saying is. And she may have been able to go on, and she may have, you know, found the heart in that point taken off to push through, but she didn't, and we lost, and that's just a loss, whatever. But if we want these young kids to continue, we need to look after them. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out right now to my good friend Sandy from North Stradbroke Island. She's in hospital at the moment. She's not doing too well. She's a little bit crook. Sending my love from all of us here. And hopefully get to catch up soon. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, let's baby these newbies. Thanks guys, peace.